Alright, so what I'm gonna do here is hook up all these amplifiers and stuff for all these people and shit. Yeah, every one of them's filled up. Yeah. Yeah. All filled up. Yep. Out here in the big old hood. No, this ain't the hood. This, well, kinda, sorta. This ain't as rough as it gets. No, this is pretty nice, really. For the area. No, this ain't a good area. So let me see if I can figure out how to hook up a car amplifier for all these fucking important son of bitches. Hey, any of these people out here that's got anything going on right now, you might as well shut your shit off. I'm just going to let you know. I'm going to go ahead and turn it all off. Turn TV off, turn your computer off, internet, fire alarm, elevators, turn it all off. Well, like I said, you know you're in a good area. You got dogs barking and you got Trojan for her pleasure. Yeah, right in between the buildings here. See that building and that building right there? Yeah, that's some pretty air units right there. Brandon, I'm filming. These people think they're smart as hell on the internet. Now, B-Rock knows what the fuck's going on here. He's not an idiot. No, he's very smart. He touches that stuff, what you call fiber. It's in that black case right there. He do that. But he can do just about anything. Except hunt other chicks, because his wife will beat his ass. That ain't gonna happen. Are we ready? What time we got to rock and roll? 12?
Yeah.
Alright. Somebody tell me how to do this here. So what we're going to do, this piece has been added by B-Rock earlier today to prepare for tonight. This has already got a DCA on it, don't it? Hell yeah, it's already got a DCA over here. So they don't have, so what he's checking right now, there's no light here. So show them, Brock, these people don't need training. I'm told I'm gonna train them tonight because they think they're smart. So this is a light meter. He's gonna hook it up and show you that -59 is nothing. Low means it's either too low or there's no light turned on at the hub, which is another location miles and miles and miles and miles away from here. All right, so he's gonna call the hub guy, which is another technician, and what we do is coordinate between each other what I need and what he needs. We have to balance it out. Or let me see, y'all want to call it gain matching? It's not gain matching anything. So I can tell you right off the bat, whoever did this before does not know what they're doing. These should not be the same or different. They should be the same. These should not be this high because this is set at the wrong level. That's why the professionals out here, this is going to be set to the 7 and this will be set to 0. Yeah, after I split this. This is the only side running this whole place right now, this part right here. When I'm done, this is going to run the forward stuff, you know, forward direction, and reverse is talking back. So sending packets, receiving packets. This is receiving, sending, back and forth. Yeah, hell yeah, that's how it's going to work. It's like a loop. So you can do Tinder and TikTok, and Jacob can do TikTok shop and all that stuff, and upload his videos. Yeah, that's what does all this. And what I'll do is, this is in a 1x position. This is a newer style piece of equipment, and I'll switch it over. You'll switch it over here to a 2x2, and then I'll switch this over from 0 to 7, and I'm gonna do what you call a loop back, which means this piece is gonna be balanced from 0 to 0. That's what I'm trying to do. If I send it 38, I want 38 here and make it 0 flat. Now here's B-Rock with some, how much is that meter? 25,000? 30?
Sure.
I think it's 30, ain't it?
Close to it.
Yeah, I think this meter's, that's $30,000 right there. So that's an OTDR. He's gonna actually check the fiber and make sure it shoots back to the hub location, which could be several miles. He's gonna find that out here in just a second. He's gonna take that fiber, plug it in right there, and he's gonna see a trace going back, and he'll be able to tell if it's going back to the hub, which means nowhere near here. No, it's probably gonna be around what, 19,000, 20,000 probably. How far away from the hub? Yeah, it's a pretty good way. So he's looking at that now. Yeah, this is 30 grand, y'all. How far are you shooting back?
4,000 feet. I'm gonna have to go take a look at this.
How far?
4,000. I'm gonna have to go take a look at it.
So it's only shooting 4,000. That's less than a mile. And that tells him that there's probably another fiber splice location or a broken fiber. Correct?
Yeah.
Rock?
Yep.
So I'm gonna go grab my other phone, guys, and come back over here. And Rock's gonna go to another location, and then he'll call me on the phone. I'll be able to see if that changes and goes to good. It'll be green, it won't be red. So that right there is what powers everything. Yeah. Trojan, does it say Trojan for her pleasure, enhanced stimulation? Yeah. So who's humping right here in between these buildings? That's what I want to know. Pause the video and we'll keep on going. All right, guys, I'm back in the truck because it's only 11:56 at night and it's 48 degrees, not too bad. I can't do anything till that fiber location is fixed. So it's either going to be a bad splice or it'll be the wrong fiber to the hub. I'm gonna say a bad splice, in other words, a kink. Fiber is the size of your hair, pretty much. It's surrounded by a jacket, which is a tube. Then you basically strip that jacket off. Then you have a fiber, which is fiber. Light doesn't shine through it. It shines across the fiber. So it's basically like, it's just glass. That's all it is a piece of glass, real thin. So that actual fiber is going to have light on it from that hub location to where I'm at right now. And guys, probably in this area that I'm in, there's probably 7,000 to 8,000 of these units that I'm at in this area. Now across the world, millions. I mean, that's just the truth of it. So millions of them. There'll be wavelengths will travel across that fiber, and what I'm doing is I'll use certain frequencies and things to convert the fiber light over to a radio frequency. Yeah, hell yeah. You know what a radio frequency is? Like that. That right there that says 1350 AM, that's a radio frequency. Yeah, it'd be 1350 megahertz. Yep. Let's try it. Yeah, AM, mega. Hang on. I mean, you guys can teach me something. I'm all for it. Hell yeah, man. I've only done this 38 years. Let's go to something else here. Let's go to radio sources. Yeah, that's a radio frequency, which will be down real low. So when I was talking about that return signal, which is returning back to the hub, I'm sending and we're receiving. We're doing like a racetrack. We're going round and round. That's all we're doing. Now, basically, when you look at when you're trying to upload something, that's going to be on the return back to the hub from your place back to the hub location. And then it goes to a bunch of servers and all this bullshit. And man, if you want me to take you in one of them hubs one day, I'll be glad to show you. Hell yeah. I mean, you can see millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. And then you want to know why your bills are high. Well, because it costs millions of dollars to run this shit. And to pay my high dollar ass. Yeah, I'm not cheap. No, hell no. So, I'm expensive. I cost a bunch of money. So, 106.5 would be 106.5 megahertz. That's down low in the bandwidth that we're in. We're in between, just say 54 megahertz and 780 up to 1 gig on some places. A gigahertz. Do you know what a gigahertz is? If you don't, look it up. So down low would be my receive. That's going to be down real low in the frequency band, below 106.5. Yeah, I can take the meter that I had in my hand and I can basically convert that over and listen to that radio station out here. Yeah, I can just listen to the radio off that meter. But I'm gonna have to tune it into 106.5. My meter will do any channel, any frequency known to man. It's gonna work. Yeah, the one that I got. I'll show you that later. But you're talking meters that cost 30,000. Some of them cost 50,000. It just depends on the meter and what you're doing. Yeah, so imagine carrying around a little piece of machinery about the size of this little square right here that costs $30,000. Yeah, and then people want you to do the shit in the rain and the fucking snow and all that shit. And you got to be able to do it. I mean, that's just how it is to it. If you ever see these trailers sitting on the side of the road and they're lit all up and you got wires and shit running in the back of them, that's what they're doing, is splicing fiber. That's what they're doing. Yeah. What I do is convert fiber into a frequency that you're able to use. Unless it's direct fiber from a receiver transmitter to the home. Yeah, it'd be a direct fiber feed. Yeah. But I hate to tell you guys about how stuff works. It don't make a shit if you got fiber to the home or you got them. If you got the quickest package ever offered in the United States or anywhere in the world, it's controlled by how many people get on at the same time. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to cut these people's, it's called utilization. I'm trying to cut their utilization in half. So basically, there's too many people on at one time because it's full. This place is full and everybody has 5 or 6 devices. You know, their kids got a freaking PlayStation and they got the Xbox or whatever. I don't even know all these games anymore. I don't give a shit about none of that because I'm on a level so fucking high, it's unbelievable, guys. They're not on my level. No, hell no. No. That's why I'm called a professional. So you basically, is when people start overloading the equipment, it's going to slow down. called buffering. It's going to start buffering and slowing down. And when it slows down, then we try to keep, I think out here, we try to keep below 80% utilization. That means we want 20% to spare in case some moron's trying to do, you know, they try to do a bunch of upload, because the more you upload, the more it drags down the system. Yeah. So all these people that they work from home now and they do their little videos, and you know, they're like, man, I'm gonna upload this video in a little bit. Or the people that making millions and millions and millions of dollars. Hang on one second. All right, so what I'm gonna do, you see all these little things right here, I just ripped them out because they don't mean diddly shit, because it was done by somebody that don't know how to do it anyway. And I'll rip that out because it's no good. No, because this is all gonna be different. Yeah. B-Rock said he found a diaper with shit in it over here, and I just found a pregnancy test laying on the ground. And what else we got over here? Pink stapler. Yeah, looks like we got a pink stapler right there. Yeah, for some reason we got a pink stapler out here. And they got full-time security out here that runs the road all day long. There's a snail. Yep. So what I'm going to do, and I can do this without interfering with anybody. Now this is an older meter, but I got a brand new one. But I'm not going to bust it out till it's called an expert. That's the name. I mean, that's true shit. That's what it's called. Now you can hear somebody wrestling in that home in there. They're probably like, what the fuck's going on outside my house? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check levels. I'll show you. We'll check levels right here. And the levels that we use will be like 34 on channel 2 and 44 on channel 70. That's a basic setup frequency. So let me back out of here. Hopefully you can see this. There's channel 2. You remember me talking about them frequencies? So 57, that would be 57 megahertz. And 499 is kind of in the middle. That's where that other line is. That's 499 megahertz. Alright? Remember them levels I told you? 34, 44. Right there is 15 and 24. Now if you look right there, this is a 20 down test point. That means it's 20 dB down, which means you got to add 20 dB to this number to get your level. Yeah, it don't tell me that. No, where does it say that at? Does it say 20 dB down? No. I have to know that. Yeah. And I have to memorize all this equipment for over 38 years. Actually, it's over 50 years now. Because most of this equipment, some of it's 50, 60 years old. True story. Hang tight. We got my other buddy calling. Alright, so here's how we go. So the other guy is not where he's supposed to be. He was supposed to be there 20 minutes ago. So he's late. This is why I don't like dealing with other people. You deal with other people and it causes you to run behind because they're keeping you, they're stalling me. This holds me up. This is why I get paid a salary. Because if I was trying to do this on production or by the hour, I'd make good money by the hour, but I can knock these out quicker than just about anybody on the planet because I've done it so long. I know what I'm doing. I don't need nobody out here going, here's the thing, if I can't get this to work, you know who I call? Nobody. That's another reason we named the car Nobody. There's nobody I can call. No, they're not going to know any more than I do. No. I'm the brain surgeon of this shit. This is what I do. It's all I've ever done. Well, I've done a lot of shit, but I'm talking about full-time job. This is all I've ever done. Alright, so what you're fixing to see is a bunch of pissed off people, because I'm fixing to do this right here. I'm gonna get in here and, well, this is actually good, but when I switch this over to this 2 over here, it's going to change things for this side. So I'm going to show you. So I'm going to go over here to this side. Look at there, we don't have nothing. That means minus 24 minus 28, which is really minus 48, because that's a 20 down test point. Watch this right here, and I can turn it back on. Watch. Well, I'll be damn, it come back on. So see, now they got the proper levels. It's a little high on the lower frequency, which would be 57. That's going to be your upload frequency area. Below that, your return, which is below 54 megahertz, is usually going to be around 19, 20 megahertz, 24, lower than this, so it doesn't get, so they don't cross paths. No, that's not what you want. So when I switch this over to this 2 to prepare to cut this in half, I'm literally cutting it in half, and I'm gonna put half of the area on this piece, which is, this will be an actual separate whole unit. I'm gonna cut it in half. I can cut this in quarters. I can do a quarter to one person, quarter to another apartment or whatever, another one here to a business, whatever I want to do, I can do it. So I'm gonna turn it back to 2. Watch. That's gonna cut it back. All right. That's for just the forward level. Now for the return level, you see where it says reverse configuration? I've got to switch that over to 2. There you go, click 2 in the middle. That way this will sync from here to here. I'm gonna show you how that works. Let the professional show you how to do this. So this should be what we call the A side. Well, you see they got B, so they didn't do it right to start with, which is what I said. Nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. Nope, sure don't. So if you go down here where it says A, you'll see it does say negative 20 right there. And I'm gonna do this right here. I'm gonna check the A side, and I'm going to do what they call a loop back function to make sure that it's zeroed out flat at 38 dB. You'll understand it here in just a minute. Well, you ain't going to understand it, but I'm going to show you anyway. So I'm going to hit measure. I'm going to hit return loop back. I'm going to hit enter. And then I'm going to enable. So what I'm trying to send through these lines right now, I'm sending from this meter through this equipment, through this receiver or transmitter. I'm going to send it through here, back through this receiver, and the number I'm going to be looking for is, this should be a, depending on if it's OFDMA or if it's just a regular standard node, it's going to be either -8 or -11. That's what I'm looking for, and I'll have to find that out from the guy that's in the other area. See that -9 right there? Watch. See where it says receive? Look, watch this. That's nothing. Then when I push that in, -9. Now when I change this down here, that's going to make that level change because they didn't do it right. No. B-Rock's got my pad boxes. Hang on. I'm not going to film all night long, but I'm going to show you so I can get something done. But I want you to see what the hell this takes to do this shit. And if you're so fucking smart, come do it. So, this right here, I'm going to change that from a 0, and it's going to drop that level to a 7. Look at that. How'd I know that? Do you see that level? Now it's what? -13. Now you remember I said it's going to take either a 0 up here or a 2. Watch. To get this number back to -9. So Neg 9 tells me it's a standard setup, not OFDMA, which is a wider carrier. So right now you have nothing. I'm gonna put a 0 in there. You'll see in a minute. Neg 8. You see that, guys? Hang on, let me wipe this off. -8, what I said it would be. With a 0, that's a 0, that's called a jumper. And I'm gonna do the same thing down here. So I'm gonna move this lead down to here. -16, I want to see -8 or 9 would be fine. We really want it at -8. I'm pulling out that. This is why I said somebody didn't do it right. You see that right there, it says 8. These need to match. So I'm gonna pull that out. I'm gonna put a 0. This is be a 0. There's nothing, it's just a jumper. -8. That's why I'm the professional. Don't ever forget it. Don't ever question what I'm doing. Don't ever go, hey man, I'm having trouble with this amp, and Shelly Mead said this, and Baby Gately and that nerd that tried to put some shit on my page the other day, he wouldn't even be able to do what he's doing unless I do what I'm doing. Yeah, that's how it works. Now, to make this part function over here now, I have to put a jumper in, which would be this. This is going to jumper this over. I'll show you in just a second. So look down in there real good. Nothing's there. Now watch what happens. Just hang tight. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move this. I've put this jumper in here, which is going to make this side move, which is called the B side. And I'm going to move this down to B, because I know what I'm doing. I'm going to put it over here. -16, not going to work. No. So I'm going to pull this out. I'm going to put in another 0. Remember, I'm looking for that -8. Perfect. I'm going to do the same thing down here. -16. That's not going to work. Nope. And to be honest with you, I probably wouldn't be out here if I did this whole setup, because that's the problem. Somebody didn't know what they were doing. But I'm out here going to have to add a whole nother one of these tonight. The entire thing, because somebody don't know what they're doing. That's just the way it is, guys. That's why I left this. That's why I left what I did, because my job was to go behind and fix retard stuff. Because there was a bunch of retards that I used to work with, and instead of the company going, hey, get rid of the retards, they just made me work harder. And I said, no, I ain't doing that shit no more. So there you go, -8. That means this part is done as far as looping back this group. This means this module matches these transmitters. Now what I'll do is I'm waiting on the forward part. When the guy at the hub goes down at the hub and turns the laser on, that laser is going to send light down a fiber, and then I'll have a light on this meter, and then I'll have to talk with him, and we'll have to work out those levels that I need. I'm going to control that scene from here. I'll say, no, that ain't going to work. No, see where it's saying low, it's not turned on. I'll show you one that is turned on, and I'll turn it off. So right now, only this side of this whole apartment complex is working. The other side is not working. This side's all, completely off. So right now I'm taking them off. They're off right now, not working. Plug into the light meter. 0 is absolutely perfect. That is perfect, perfect as get. You can't get any more perfect than 0. 0, 0.0 is perfect. This will work between +2 and -2. You're looking for 0. This is absolutely perfect. This is the only one I've ever seen in the last 30 years that was perfect when I got here. So this was perfect. this will actually, I can check the forward level, which I can do right now, and make sure it hasn't changed. I want that 4434. $45.35. I'm gonna change this by 1 dB. I'm gonna put 3s in here. So what's this right here? You see that? All right, it's 45.35. I'm fixing to make it 44.34, which is what it should be. Ta-da! Add 20 to those numbers. 44.34. I'm gonna go to the top. Do the same thing. 45.35. I'm leaving that alone. I'm not touching that. We're going to this side. It's going to be nothing because the laser's not turned on. It's going to say negative 40 something or some shit like that. 25 neg, and a negative 20 would be negative 45. There's B-Rock's back. So there's nothing else I can do until the guy shows up at the hub site. You guys take care. Have a great day. Don't claim to know everything that you don't know nothing about. I'm gonna make you look foolish. You guys take care and have a great day. See you.